the Inspired Podcast, where we're inspiring you to live the abundant life you deserve. I want to talk about another great episode tonight. I'm the awesome guest. So I wanted to share something that I've learned over the past few weeks that I've been putting my head down and just working on things, whether it's podcasting, coaching, therapy, um, or just meditating, right? So before we get into it, I just want to thank all the subscribers, everyone that comes in and like, share, comment on these videos. If it resonates with you, if this message resonates with you, go ahead and like and comment and share and subscribe so you could get more of these awesome interviews. Next week, we have another awesome guest that's going to be coming on. I can't wait for you guys to meet her. But this episode, we're going to talk about 3 lessons about success from the Bible, right? So, one is walking in faith, and then fasting, and then meditation, right? So, um, what I learned was this was from a Bible verse, right? Um, so, I was doing my research, I was reading, I was um, trying to get more understanding of life. And if you don't know, I created a company. Besides my podcast and coaching and all that stuff, I created my private practice for therapy clients. So I deal with anger management, substance use, depression, mental health issues, called Still Waters Therapy, where calm is and healing flows. So I'm gonna put the logo on there because it's gonna resonate to this, because I came up with the topic or idea because my dad passed away. And when my dad passed away, before my dad passed away, I we used to go fishing a lot when I was younger. Um, so before we would go out on the boat, we would go up on like Kings Hill. If you're from St. Croix, you know where the hill in Kings Hill is at, or the hill on East Street, downtown Christiansted. um, we used to go up there to look at the water to see, or we used to go on the roof of our house to see if the water was bumpy or if it was flat. So if it was flat, we would go out there because the boat would just go through the water. It won't be bumping up and down, right? So I got the idea of still water from him because the water was just calm. So um, shout out to him for that. And yeah, man. So um, I wanted to share this story with you because it just resonated with me, and I wanted to share of what I'm doing and what I learned from this scripture in the Bible, right? And it's Psalms 1. If you want to know, I'll post it up here. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." Right? So I'm gonna say right now, I'm not a pastor. I'm not ordained to be a pastor, and I'm not gonna play like I'm a pastor, right? But I just want to share the message that came to me, and I want to share it with you to help you on your journey to success, right? So what I got from this is um, the people that you're sitting in council with, make sure they're people who are uplifting you, they're mentoring you, guiding you, taking you to another level in your life, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. Make sure you are hanging around those people. We don't want to go out there, or me, don't want to go out there and be hanging around people who belittle you, take you down, make you feel less than a person, because that's the counsel of the ungodly. That's the people who are tearing you down and not inspiring you or getting you to where you want to be in your life. So that's the first verse, right? So that talks, the 3 lessons is walking in faith, and that talks about walking in faith, right? So you're walking with those people, or walking with those in those friendships that are gonna uplift you, right? So that's the first thing that I wanted to point out. Make sure you have a circle that brings you up, push you. So right now, it's even when doing this podcast, we've been going 30 episodes strong. This is episode 30, by the way, 30 weeks, 30 episodes. And it's just been an amazing experience because every week there has been somebody that get their life changed. There's somebody that brings the fire, brings the energy, and gives you nuggets to help you on your journey, whether it's real estate, whether it's mechanics, coaching. Different people came on and shared their story, and I've been has been an exciting thing for you. So even with that, it's just you getting around the information, getting around people that constantly uplift you, and this has been uplifting me and also you guys that are watching consistently. So the next verse is, but in his delight is the law of the Lord, and in the law that he meditate day and night. This right here is important because many people think meditation is just maybe sitting, crossing the legs, all that good stuff. Meditation could be anything. Meditation could be maybe prayer. Meditation could be a walk with God early in the morning. Meditation could be multiple different things. Whatever you decide to meditate. Meditate could be you sitting in silence and listening, just listening, because you can hear your voice. You could hear your inner voice. You could hear what your spirit or purpose is actually telling you to do, or where they're telling you to go if you just sit in silence. You're going to figure out that. That's one of the things we learn as a Mind Valley coach. They tell you, they train you to go on the inside, listen, silence your thoughts, be quiet, and see what comes up for you. Because most of the times we're not able to just sit there, and we never sit there and just see what comes up in our thoughts. So, and granted, go ahead and get a skill coach for you to be able to do that. By the way, if you want to coach, go ahead and click the link below, and I'll be able to happy to guide you on this journey. If you're looking to up level your life and get to your next level, whatever that may be, or if you just maybe want someone to guide you through a problem that you haven't or don't understand how to get through. So yeah, meditation, right? So I found that meditation has been for me running. So for most of you that been following me, I run at least 2 to 3 times per week. Sometimes it's 3 to 4 times per week, right? I'm not gonna say here and say I'm consistently running 6, 7 days a week. No. I'm gonna be honest with you and let you know straight up, 2 to 3 times a week, and at least 30 to 40 miles per month, right? So that's my workouts. That's how I connect. That's how I get my mind right, how to get through all these problems. Because if you don't know, like, working out helps you work through some of the maybe issues, some of the depression, some of the anxiety that you may be having in life, just because it releases endorphins and dopamine to your brain um, to help you become more alert oriented and all that good stuff, right? And I'm using technical terms, but however, meditation, right? So I'm looking at my notes because I wrote some stuff down. For meditation, and the next verse goes on to say, he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruits in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he does shall prosper, right? So right there, being said, when you look at it, I have a tree planted by the rivers of water, by the still water. So in my mind, I was just like, wow, like when I finally read the verse, I made the logo way before I found this chapter of the Bible, right? So when I found the chapter and I looked at the logo, I was like, wow, it's bringing up my dad, is bringing up scripture, is bringing up all types of things. So that's how I know I'm on the right journey. And for you, you may be wondering whether you are on the right journey or not. There is going to be signs that help you know that you're on the right journey. Because before conducting therapy, or I never even thought about therapy. when I got my master's degree, I was just like, I'm gonna do real estate. I'm gonna do real estate, and then I end up being in this company for 7 years as management, blah blah blah. Right? Never thought I was like, nah, I'm not doing my test. Um, I'm not going to do the licensure exam because I don't want to study and fail the exam. Right? That was my thought process, and it's funny because it's not funny, but it's interesting because we could allow fear into our lives to hinder our progress, hinder our growth, and not even realize it. Imagine where I would have been had I decided to go ahead and just take the jump, take the leap, go ahead and take the test. No matter how hard I thought it may be, what if I just went and just do it? You know? So with that being said, um, just do it, man. Go ahead. Don't even play into fear. Just go ahead and do whatever your heart is telling you to do, right? The next verse is the ungodly are not so, but are like a shaft which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly should not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. And that's the whole Bible verse. And what's funny is that when I was younger, I went to a private school, and this was one of the scriptures we had to learn. We had to learn it every day. We would say it when we come into class, and to my surprise, years later, it's coming up again, and all because I was just searching. I was just searching, trying to get grounded in my faith, get grounded in everything that I'm doing, because I want to walk this line of purpose and purpose driven, and not just something that I want to do. Right now, this podcast, it's just purpose, just creating a space for people and entrepreneurs that are on their journey, that want to get to the next level but don't know how to. So me bringing on these people is allowing them to see, okay, here, this guy is right here. He's not all the way up there yet, but I could do this to help me get to where I want to be, right? So, and I think not, I think, but we talked a little bit about meditation. I'm gonna go back, right? So, meditation helps you listen deeply to your thoughts, your spirit, and to that divine direction. Excuse me. So you could do 5 minutes a day. There's something called a 6-phase meditation that I really like. Talks about love, compassion. It talks about love and compassion. That's the first phase of the 6-phase meditation. And I don't own the 6-phase meditation. It's Vision from Mind Valley is the one that created it. So in the 6-phase meditation, it talks about love and compassion. That's the first phase of it, right? Then it talks about gratitude. It got 3 levels to gratitude. Gratitude for yourself, gratitude for maybe a job, your career, and gratitude for your physical features, whatever that may be that you're grateful for, right? Then it goes on to talk about so gratitude, and it talks about forgiveness. Forgiveness. Whatever you have that's causing a negative charge, it's hard to forgive, but forgiveness isn't about that person, it's about you. So learning how to forgive and not forget, but forgive and let go of the negative charges that you have so you can attract that success that you want in life. And then after that, it talks about your future. What do you want your future to look like? 2 to 3 years down the road, what are you expecting your life to look like? Do you want a nice house? Do you want a nice car? Do you want to change people's lives by speaking on stages? Whatever your goals are, you bring that into phase 4, right? Phase 5 is crafting your perfect day. How do you want your day to be? If you wake up, you want to have a nice workout, you want to drink a nice cup of tea, you want to go to work on time, whatever you want your day to be, whatever intentions you want to set for your day. And then the last thing is asking for a blessing. So, and if you like that, I can link it all to the bottom of the video so you can see what the 6 phase meditation is about as well. And the last phase is just asking for a blessing from if you're ATS, your higher self, or if you believe in God, whatever you believe in, if you believe in multiple gods, whatever you believe in, the universe, you could ask the universe or whatever God you believe in for the best. Excuse me. Wow. So yeah, the next thing is fasting, the power of fasting. Right? So fasting is about saying no to yourself. It's not damn. Excuse me for 1 second. So all right, sorry about that. So here we go. So fasting is about basically fasting is, and I started fasting back in March of this year. And what I found, I don't fast. Here's how I do my fasts. I do it on Friday night. I start whatever my last meal was. I start at that time. Then I go till Sunday. I don't eat anything on Saturday. I drink just water. I do water fasts. And then I start eating on Sunday. Maybe fruits, maybe soup. Soup was my favorite thing to start with. But what I found on fasting is just that you are much more clearer. It's delayed gratification. You're much more stronger. Stuff that you need for success, you need clarity to become successful. You need a purpose. It helps you connect with your purpose because now you're not only dealing with all the foods that in your body is breaking down all the excess food, is getting rid of whatever toxins or whatever. And I don't even know all the medical purposes, and I don't want to sit up here and act like I know. But what I do know from what I've experienced is that it gives me clarity. It gives me, I understand my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing now. And it gives me answers to questions or struggles I may be going through in that moment or in that month. Because I found that my runs help me to gain clarity to different problems I'm going through. And then fasting helps me to get clarity about different things that I may be going through. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to share about. The last thing I would say about fasting is that it sharpens your focus and builds the discipline needed for long-term success. So if you're looking to get to the next level, just do these 3 things: fasting, meditation, and walking in faith. Surrounding yourself with positive people and allowing you to get to those 3 levels. So, guys, I want to thank you, guys, girls, everybody out there. I want to thank you all for tuning into this episode, and I hope you got some value from it. I know I had to step away. My throat was scratchy. I don't know what's going on today, but I want to thank you guys for all tuning in, right? So, if you haven't yet purchased your Be Inspired merch yet, go ahead and click the link below. Go ahead and get your merch. I'll be updating it there. Got some more things coming out in a few weeks. And then also, if you like this episode, go ahead and like, share, and comment on there. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click subscribe there. All right. So I got another awesome guest for you guys next week. I hope you guys tune in. and it's going to be another amazing week. You guys have a successful week. The last message I want to share with you guys is that not many people are going to be able to walk in your shoes. Not many people are going to understand your journey, right? But you got to keep going no matter what. They're going to talk about you, they're going to say negative things about you. However, you can't allow that to allow you to lose focus, right? You got to put your blinders on, like those horses in the racetrack. They had the blinders on. So you just got to focus and keep going, because those going to be the little distractions that if you pay attention to, they'll get you off course. So remember those three things: fasting, meditation, walking in faith. And the last bonus that I would give you is just keep going, put those blinders off. So have another awesome week, guys, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.